To be gathered in the sight of God for the wedding of Stephen and Caitlin is a blessing. On this happy occasion, Stephen and Caitlin are rejoicing that all of you want to be a part of this special event in their lives. On behalf of them and on behalf of Peachtree Christian Church, thank you for coming today.
If you don't like me, there's a really good chance that's on me. If you don't like my brother, it's 100% on you. My brother, like my father, puts other people first. My brother's always been that way. He puts everybody first. Caitlin, I love you. Tom, Michelle, every single time we go to Thanksgiving, every time we go to Christmas, it is like being a part of the family. For 6 years, it has been like being part of the family. Stephen, Caitlin, y'all have renewed my faith and love. Some people ask, like, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married? Well, the bar's been set really high, so it's gonna be a minute. I love you both. Cheers.
Marriage is a sacred commitment and is commended by Scripture to be respected among all people, and therefore should be entered into reverently and in devotion to God. Into this joyful union, Stephen and Caitlin come now to be joined, and as their families and friends, we extend to them our love, encouragement, and prayerful support as they begin their marriage together. Who presents this woman to be married to this man?
The mother and I.
Stephen and Caitlin, this is the time when you can each make your public commitments of your love for each other. Stephen, will you take Caitlin as your wife to live together according to God's own ordinance in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, honor and cherish her, and protect her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her so long as you both shall live?
I will.
And Caitlin, will you have Stephen as your husband, to live together according to God's own ordinance in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, honor him, cherish and comfort him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live.
I will.
I, Stephen,
I, Stephen,
take you, Caitlin,
take you, Caitlin,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
And I promise before God and these witnesses
I promise before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful husband.
to be your loving and faithful husband.
I, Caitlin,
I, Caitlin,
take you, Stephen,
take you, Stephen,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
And I promise before God and these witnesses
And I promise before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful wife.
to be your loving and faithful wife.
Caitlin, I give you this ring
Caitlin, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love for you.
as a symbol of my love for you.
I pledge to you all that I am
I pledge to you all that I am
and all that I will ever be
and all that I will ever be
as your husband.
as your husband.
Stephen, I give you this ring
Stephen, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love for you.
as a symbol of my love for you.
I pledge to you all that I am
I pledge to you all that I am
and all that I will ever be
and all that I will ever be
as your wife.
as your wife.
And now, for as much as Stephen and Caitlin have promised to be faithful and true, each to the other, and have made their solemn vows before God and all of us assembled here as their witnesses by giving and receiving rings and by joining hands, now, therefore, I happily pronounce them husband and wife. Those whom God has joined together, let no one ever separate. Stephen, you may kiss the bride. It is now my great and happy privilege to present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Medeiros.
Tonight we joined the families together, with Kate and Stevie joining the Walsh and Medeiros families, though I think Sue would probably agree that probably happened about 5 or 6 years ago. We're very, very happy to welcome Steve to the family. There's a tradition, I guess, for the dad is supposed to impart some wisdom, all right, to the newly married couple that has been together 7 years. All right, and I thought back to Beanie's wedding 3 years ago, and it would be kind of weird to say the same thing, but I couldn't really come up with something that was more important, I think, than the lesson we tried to impart to Christine and Tony, and it's make the other person's happiness more important than yours. If you do that, all right. You'll always be happy yourself because you never want for anything, okay? Because your partner wants you to be happy, wants you to see the things in life and experience things in life that you want to experience. But the warning from 3 years ago is still the warning today. It only works if both of you do it, okay? So that's your challenge, all right? Both of you take that attitude, and I think you'll have a long, long and happy life. Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of times these speeches are full of cliches: perfect match, great pair, kindred spirits. But but the reality is you both complement each other well. You hold the same morals and spiritual values, and you put family first. With that, you have a strong foundation for marriage, and you're going to succeed in this life together. Your unique qualities are what make you a very well-liked couple, and this is just a wonderful beginning. Kate, Mason's ready for a cousin. Thank you all for coming tonight. I will raise my water.